you are. He told us this week that when he's given opportunity, he feels the most normal in life when he is out on the football field. Couple focuses, second down, third.
Strong campaign will deliver. Tylan Wallace on the return for Cleveland. And spins his way, gets over to start the preseason at QB. He and Shadur Sanders will split the reps today.
Adam, this has been the realest.
Run the football right out of the gate with the excellent Quinshon Judkins, who had a solid year last year. And a nice stop by DeMarco Jackson.
Tackles a couple games that really a fire plug around the football.
Season.
He would be my breakout player. If he can reach 10 sacks opposite Montez Sweat, that would be a bonus for the Chicago Bears and clear up a position that has been lacking for the past. This is a speedy group at the second level.
Maurice Alexander had a touchdown in the preseason last year. One of Ben Johnson's old buddies from Detroit grabs it at the 16. And a short return. They'll set up the Bears up.
Coach of all time. That's the impact that he has had overarchingly over this Bears franchise.
I thought the word captivating stuck out in our conversation. This longtime arm wrestling champion. Tyson now out of the air, and Roschon Johnson makes the grab for a short gain.
See, they can be aggressive, and that's fun.
Handoff for Johnson. And he'll work his way to about the 28-yard due to some injuries in the last calendar year.
Empty here.
For Bagent, multiple options. Maurice Alexander got held up in the middle of the field, and the throw is
sparked. And we'll see where that running back battle goes.
Torrey Taylor with the delivery. This is Casey Concepcion, who has to backpedal all the way back to the 12-yard line. Excellent punt, but may have been an alley opening up for Concepcion. That was the one that inspired the Madden cover. Really fun 2025. Deshaun Watson scrambling. We'll see what this penalty marker is about. Alex Kemp, veteran official.
First down. Titus Howard, right tackle.
Trade from Houston. Spent 7 years with the Texans. Signed an extension with Cleveland. You see, tripped up Dio Odengbo there.
Dio
field for Cleveland. Off the fake to Judkins.
With the check down.
Yep, Watson does, and eventually delivers over the middle to the tight end. That's Blake.
Chicago, and you know he plays with that violent style. He's got that Wisconsin brain, so pair him with TJ Edwards back there. You got a couple.
Sanborn was a freshman when Edwards was a senior. Watson, a nice floating pass over the middle. That's connected for a conversion to Jerry Jeudy. He's maven the last couple of years.
This Browns offense has the potential, if they figure out their quarterback, to be very exciting with Jerry Jeudy and the two rookies.
Bears are dealing with some more talent for Cleveland on the outside today. Watson, nice little comeback route. That's a completion to the aforementioned rookie Denzel Boston. Judkins gets stacked up just a couple of yards past the line.
As you see on your screen, talking about he's the template. But in my conversations, guys, he had already started taking over this defense as the...
So he's going to be out for what feels like the regular season, unless he's got a quicker recovery. Pass rush getting to Watson, had to get rid of it fast, nearly...
Well, one of the areas of strength the Bears deem their defense is directly up the middle, the interior defensive front. They think they run 6 deep there, and the pressure that they're able...
You know, Charlie Gardner-Johnson, who they added as the year went along, and he was masterful, especially in the playoffs.
Andre Schmidt is able to get Cleveland. Will kick away. Maurice Alexander will bring it out. League average field position is about the 30. That's the goal to get to. There'll be a couple. Of course, his brother will be seen next week. Zach is the Cincinnati head coach. Ben Johnson, of course, still the play caller, but we saw what the opportunity brings. Declan Doyle. Been around for a long time. With Doug Peterson for several years. It's a short run for Roschon Johnson. Picks up a couple.
Span, all those things, but he's been injured. Only one start as a player, so they're going to test that left side of the line.
They prefer to run to the right more often than not.
Last side 70% of the time, and the uptick in percentage with Darnell Wright. And I think Jonah Jackson's been awesome too. That is a good power right side for the Chicago Bears. And
both of his brothers are on the Bears now, Defy and Noah. Off the fingertips of the intended target, trying to find Sam Roush. So the first target for the rookie.
On the Bears offense, when he lined up day one of camp, Sam Roush, he was up against Montez Sweat and wanted to bury him. Everybody got a chuckle out of that, Jim. Bets were on Sam Roush.
Another boomer from Taylor. He had a 60-yarder earlier. This is going to be about a as the punter flips the field. Titans first. This year the Bears their first pick going back to the defensive end. Still Deshaun Watson at quarterback. He'll float it for Dylan Sampson and nowhere to go. And what do you know?
Now this guy is athletic, man. He is super fast. We saw the measurables in Indianapolis. We saw them at his pro day, and he gives us a little flex here. Nickel, cornerback, they're going to need to use him, Jim, all over the place.
Yeah, he was. That's what Dennis Allen has talked about, and that's why they're throwing him at nickel. Your nickel player has to be physical for two-way goes on the inside, and he has shown that. He's getting an opportunity as a rookie right here, and we'll see what he does with it. Baptism by
cherishing every first-team rep he gets. He said it's a little bit difficult playing both corner and nickel, but he's getting the hang of it. And when he was a freshman at Texas, he started every game there. So I was talking to him about it, and he said,
at Texas, got a lot of experience. Watson threads the needle, just shy of the sticks. Catch is made by the rookie Casey Concepcion. Tackle made by Ruben Hippolyte to pick up of 9. And slot cornerback in NFL history, obviously dealing with the injury right now. It's been lingering since last year. First down pickup on the ground by Sampson. So Cleveland moves the chains. These
Kentavious Street, who was a 4th-round pick by the 49ers. And, of course, you got Grady Jarrett in there. But Jordan Vandenberg has really surprised as a 6th-round pick. Quick first step, very athletic. And we'll
still waiting for it here in the stadium as well.
It was Gallimore on the stop there.
All those guys are going to be key. Those are names, as you talked about, Jimmy. These are veteran names up front.
49ers drafted him. He tore his ACL at his pro day, and they still drafted him in the 4th round.
Yep. 2018, he tore that right ACL, came back the next year.
It was interesting to talk with Ben Johnson this week and how he to rotation that they can wear people down in the 4th quarter. To hear Ben Johnson say, I think we might be a little underrated up there, I thought was interesting.
Well, they got the pieces to move around.
New York says, bring out the chains.
Oh, we're going old school.
Going old school.
Bringing out the chains.
Didn't work today.
Oh, the old broadcaster joke is it's preseason for the virtual measurement as well. I don't know we could assign real attributes to autonomous machines, but here we are in 2026.
Remember it was Monday night game in Pittsburgh, they had the chain gang. It was duct tape.
Is here for Cleveland. They'll sneak it with Watson, and after all that, a moot point and a first down for Deshaun. Missed all of 2025 as he retore that Achilles. Off the field has been a major issue. Shedeur Sanders we'll see in the second half. He went 3-4 as a starter as a rookie last year, and then Dylan Gabriel was 1-5 a year ago.
And he's kind of very athletic guy.
We might see him at like tight end at some point for Cleveland or something.
And not to mention brand new offensive line for these Browns,
who are trying to gel together and delay.
You see big 55 on the left side out of Utah. He's their first rounder. When you draft a guy like that, you love the direction your franchise is going.
Spencer Fano, at left tackle, he was the number 9 pick out of Utah, was outstanding in college.
Spencer Fano.
There is Fano. Good penetration once again by this front. And there's Daniel Hardy along with Jordan Vandenberg up front. They're trying to plug up the middle. We talk about run defense. But that portion of the defense out. Second and long for Watson. They get it down to Sampson in space. There's a burst of speed and a broken tackle for Dylan Sampson all the way down inside the 35.
He's putting the pressure on Deshaun, and they're the open field. They get the blocks downfield. You mentioned the missed tackles. That can't happen. A little friendly fire there as you take out your teammate. Big gain for the Browns.
43-yard. Off the play action fake. Watson. Nothing there. Good coverage downfield, and he gets wrapped up by Daniel Hardy.
Been kind of the talk of camp, and then the season rolls around and somewhat fades on the practice squad, but good coverage downfield for the front 4 to get the tackle.
Nobody open. Dallas several years ago. There's a run for Amani Marshall. They'll work it down to the 26-yard line. That'll bring up third down. Xavier Woods is going to be a key.
But he's going to be gone. You need to hold the 4th down guy to team along with a young rookie and Dylan Thieneman. He's the right guy for the job.
10 of the Bears defenders up at the line of scrimmage. Muhammad trying to get over
quickly enough, and that's why Concepcion is wide open. He'll have to get better at the line of scrimmage. When you do the twist plays and the rub plays where the receivers are rubbing against each other, he'll get better at that. He has not played a lot of nickel. This is really his first experience, and it is. It's been
quarter. Browns have the lone points, and they're threatening in the Bears' red zone on the other side of this. Here's A little trickery for Concepcion. He's working from the receiver spot on the rush, trying to get to the end zone, and he does.
Around, and he's got a ton of speed. He did have a lot of drops in college, but it's a quick hitting play, ends up becoming an outside zone run, able to get to the speed to the pylon.
He had 7 drops last year and talked most recently at Texas A&M, and they're going to use him all over the formation. Todd Monken has gone, in terms of formations, 3-by-1, for instance, 2-by-2, Adam, because of the speed they have at receiver.
Pylon before Concepcion was ruled out of bounds or down, then it's a touchdown.
Yeah, I think Hippolyte was there. I think it was Hippolyte, the linebacker, that ultimately knocked him out.
Looking for a knee or stop. Nothing to overturn the call on the field, which was a touchdown. So Casey Concepcion, in his last year, was a tough last couple of seasons offensively for Kevin Stefanski, who's now in Atlanta. And it's a 10-0 start.
Drinking water from a fire hose. He's much more relaxed. He's got more command, Jim, and he's a lot more comfortable at the line of scrimmage.
He knows what he's doing now. That's why he's able to rip off the plays. Go ahead, Adam.
Well, Alexander on the return. I wanted to ask,
he's more advanced in the offense, getting in and out of plays. So he's a confident player. And what I loved about him last year, Adam, his interceptions went down. Big play here.
Page into Davis. Caden Davis, the former Cleveland Brown.
There
a lot of
in
speed.
Cleveland because of his speed.
I think Scotty Miller and Caden Davis provide that speed. He has made flash plays.
41-yard connection to Davis.
Interceptions went down. He was masterful last year. I know from John Shoup, who has been Johnson's mentor, for me, those are the ultimate no-nos. There are times where you cannot take a sack. No sack, and when the game's on the line, he makes all the clutch plays. He's that impressive. But he's got to make the layups, is where he's got to get a lot better.
Davis got one.
Well, if you want to make the roster, you got to make that catch.
Yeah. You're right. Those are routine plays. Hey, he's open. He's got it in his breadbasket.
Played in 3 games in the regular season with Cleveland the last 2 seasons, Caden Davis. This will be blown dead.
Smart.
5-yard penalty, still third.
Work the snap count. Work the snap count. Make it a weapon. You go from 3rd and 10 to 3rd and 5. This
year, as it was last year, some continuity in there too. Agent on 3rd and medium. Will comeback route. That's a floater for Alexander, and they get
the separation, and why I believe Tyson kind of tried to back shoulder him there. Maybe if he could have back shouldered a little bit more, may have given his receiver an opportunity there. Good coverage.
Consecutive season with the Bears. This one's going to be wide to the left on his first. It's odd with him in the 3rd quarter, and that will be the pressing question, certainly. Watson over the middle on 1st down, and he connects with Isaiah Bond to pick up a 30-plus and lead the league in back-to-back seasons. So that's going to be one of the challenges for not only Dennis Allen, but Al Harris with that piecemealed back end.
I do love Dylan Thienemann's ball-hawking ability, what he showed in Oregon and Purdue. And Deshaun Wright, they believe that Tyreek Stevenson in a contract year is going to show up. We'll see.
Here's the speed of Concepcion again. Boy, they are not shy.
Perspective 9-0 when they had multiple takeaways last season. They were 2-6 with 1 or fewer. That was their bread and butter. Every time I had a Bears game, I turned around.
Defensively, which creates situations where teams were throwing the ball and they got a lot of turnovers. But they need to stop the run, and why they've really retooled this.
We've heard the word regression a lot. Ben Johnson talked about it. I understand that can be the case offensively. Regression is more of a factor on defense. Back for Cleveland. He'll get the carry, and Ruben Hippolyte is there to stop him shy of the line to gain.
Ruben Hippolyte scrimmage and finding that hole to minimize the offensive gain. But again, Hippolyte will see the field and have a chance to be out.
I mentioned Jackson and Hippolyte. They got a ton of speed at linebacker.
Watson running out of time. That ball gets knocked out of his hands, and sure enough, right on cue. Perfect conversation topic, right on cue. Jamri Croma in his 3rd season with the Bears. And again, excellent coverage allows the rush to get to the quarterback. And Jamri Croma. Midfield. Off the fake to Johnson, the rollout, and there is Sam Roush on the reception, his first.
Decision to Carlson, Sam Roush, the tight end. I was thinking Carlson was in there. That's Sam. Nice drive
as well, Jim.
As Johnson gets hit hard in the backfield.
If you spend some time at training camp, you'll see that 12 personnel and 13 personnel come to life. Where had to go to last year in some respects because of injuries, as we talked to Ben Johnson about, but the Steelers drop all the way to 13th. The Bears sitting there
15% to lead the league. That trend is going in the direction of tight end usage. They can block and pass catch. They can block
play action passes off of gap schemes, off of zone schemes, and you really create mismatches.
Alexander on the cross. He's in. Another preseason game. Another
And what's really cool, he obviously spent time with Ben Johnson.
With Ben Johnson, Santos adds the extra point, and a quick strike offense taking advantage of the excellent field position. Tyson Bagent was 2 for 7 to start the day. He was 2 for 2 on that drive, including the 25-yard crossing route touchdown. It'll be a touchback. So good field position for Cleveland. Back to the score.
Yeah, I do like this misdirection rate catch for Alexander. So that's the best. They finally settled down as an offense that drive. Had a couple of big runs. Obviously, he was 100% on his pass plays, and here they find.
His level of preparation and detail at the line of scrimmage is exceptional.
Watson on the handoff for Marshall, and Neville Gallimore. Canadian-born to Jamaican parents, born in Ottawa.
Ottawa, not far from where I grew up. I actually bumped into Neville, and we had a little throwback sesh.
Although Western Canada, if I'm not mistaken, for Thea.
Grew up in British Columbia.
There's Watson. He's got some time now, but his check down is low for Pennsylvania.
It does. I mean, when you look at Watson, he literally has not played 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, and I get it. Monken's probably wants to go with the quarterback that gives him a better.
A long way to go to improve its offense. Watson was immediately under pressure, was able to get it to Marshall, who gets hit by Anthony Johnson. Yep.
When he went to Cleveland, it deserves reminding, I think, as we have kind of chronicled his career. He's got 1 season left on his. He's only had 19 starts in Cleveland, to Adam's point, because of the back-to-back Achilles injuries. He hasn't played since 2024.
Yep. Alexander on the return. This is what he did for Ben Johnson. Bears preseason football from Chicago is brought to you. Official touchdown pass.
And to Cole's credit, he told me, I said, where was that ball going? Because he was a great baseball player, and he's been a fantastic job.
Probably one of the most iconic throws in football, and you had the best seat in the house.
You had the best seat for
well,
it.
He's
changing throw is what it symbolized.
On the little out route, that catch is made by Scotty Miller, a new addition. So there's some speed
in Pittsburgh, and he's a savvy veteran player. You know, so they're going to have some decisions to make come cut time. Most likely they're going to keep 5 guys, but 2 will be on the practice without
with Tampa Bay. Bagent incomplete, looking for Alexander. A drop there with a little bit of pressure on the backside. Is
expect in the first preseason game.
Drop issues have to be cleaned up. Bears were in the top portion of the league in drop percentage. That's an elevating catch by
showing up to rookie minicamp to try out, to say, hey, Ryan Poles, I believe I should be here. I'm coming home, and I want a place on this team.
6 touchdowns in his career through the air, 1 on the ground. Bagent looking for Davis. It looked like he got held up, and that will be a flag thrown. Yeah,
automatic first down.
Well, I think, again, it shows that how speed is deceptive. You know, a lot of corners, you know, when you're going one-on-one out there on an island.
Personnel here for the Bears offense, and they'll run it with Roschon Johnson. Be right back to the line of scrimmage. Second down coming up. 29 days away from the season starting, 36 away from the home opener.
Caden Davis sure is getting.
There is Roschon Johnson, not much there. Davis' story, he made his debut with the Browns a couple of years ago as a kick returner. No D1 offers. He got 1 offer to be on the track and now playing with the Bears this year and is out there for 3rd down and 8. Alexander, that crossing route seemingly is working for him. He picks up the first down.
Clears it easy. Looking, you're booking, hits him in stride. That's good timing. Starting to settle in. You got to believe what type.
Season game since November of 2023. That was with the Miami Dolphins. He gets the carry here. A lot of injury issues. He played that game against Las Vegas.
Him up close and personal and how he works in practice. So, like I said, he and Roschon are in a battle right now. I really believe that.
Nice check down to Sam Roush. For 2 different Bears coaches.
Correct. And you see the bunch.
I think Eric Studesville is going to add a lot here. I was on that Bears team when we drafted Anthony Thomas, and Eric Studesville was key for Anthony Thomas to get rookie.
Seemed like he had let go.
Well, I think it's key is that's Jedrick Wills.
Yeah.
Jedrick Wills is in there. That's a 53.
Since basically 2023, and he's re-injured it several times, had surgery.
Flinching on the right side, he kills to the second play, which is a pass play. Bajan over the middle, late throw, he telegraphed it, and it's picked front for the pick.
Well, their new defensive coordinator, Mike Rutenberg, will be pleased with this in Cleveland because one of
Opportunity with 2 timeouts for Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. Penalty flag is thrown from the defensive backfield. James Lynch gets Muhammad II. It's tagged with that holding penalty, so negate the sack. And now the concern for Austin Barber.
But I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with the Bears, the trio of tackles that they've signed. James Lynch has been playing.
Back leader last year with 10. Watson under pressure again. Just a 4-man rush forces Watson out of the pocket,
and that was Lynch
forced out of bounds.
The season went long. Definitely brought a lot of secondary blitzes. I mean, their game, the playoff game against the Rams, was just masterful. I don't think I saw the same defense twice.
Little twist up front for the Bears this time. Watson was hit as he throws, and that one fluttering incomplete. Jamri Chroma brought the particularly league average for the NFL.
Yeah, well, Kyler